A fall break spent at home can still mean fun family adventure. Our state is a playground, and my next guest is going to help us play by sharing a long list of things to see and experience. Lisa Stansworth is a travel podcaster who loves exploring Utah and the world with her husband and cute 5 kids. She joins me today with a handful of fall break adventures that will get you out of the house this weekend. So even if we're staying home, even if we have no plans, we can still have a good adventure.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me on here. I love Utah and I love sharing about it, so I'm excited to be here.
We're so glad to have you and so glad for these ideas. Let's start with what you say is your all-time favorite drive, and that is up past Heber this time of year.
Yeah, so my favorite, I do it every year. We go to Guardsman's Pass, and my favorite, we stop and get hot chocolate at 7-Eleven, go up through the mountains, end in Midway or Heber, and then you know, there's so many fun things that you can still do up there as well if you want to make it an all-day thing. And so there's like the Heber Creeper, the outlets, Alpine Slide, grab some food down there. So that's my favorite.
I love permission to just make something like a drive a thing. Like small and simple can win the race. You get the hot chocolate, you get everyone in the car, you've built it up, and that can become an activity that moms can feel good about.
And I think it's so fun because no matter what, you can make memories with your family. You know, big or small, cheap or not, you know, it's always fun to be able to do that. You
mentioned the Heber Creeper. That's something you could stop and do there. That also made your list of things to see and do.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's really fun if you have a train lover. But the Heber Creeper, you get to go, it's like an old-fashioned train. And so they have the seasonal trains as well, but they also have just the scenic trails that you can do. And it's a couple hours, and you get to go see the Heber Valley. You get to go see Deer Creek Reservoir.
Beautiful.
So it's super fun.
Beautiful. Let's hit a hiking list. You've got a couple of hikes as you're driving up Big Cottonwood Canyon before maybe you land in Heber. A couple of favorites that won't take too long. You're recommending Willow Lake Trail?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Willow Lake Trail, this was my first time doing it. It is absolutely beautiful.
What do you like about it?
So it's a short trail. Little kids can do it, but you end up at a lake. There was a moose at one point. The leaves are just fantastic. They are beautiful up there, and there's not a whole lot of people on that trail, so it's a really fun one to do.
I have limited experience with family hikes, but I do find a reward like water or a lake at the end is always good motivation. This next one checks that box, a walk around Silver Lake.
Yeah. So one thing to note about Silver Lake, which I found out, is you do have to pay a day use fee now. So to go up there, it's like $10 for 3 days for a car. But Silver Lake's so easy. They built the boardwalk up, and it is just easy for everyone. Little kids can do it. You can have your strollers, and so yeah, it's also one of my favorites.
And this is the kind of fun that I feel like as moms and even grandmas we want. We're off the screens, we're off the tablets, we're out in nature, we're in Utah, most beautiful time of year to live where we live.
Exactly.
So thanks for helping us flex that with those ideas. We'll pivot now. If we're after a little culture, you've got a list for those seekers too. Sweeney Todd is opening at the Utah Opera.
Yeah, so Sweeney Todd will be there at the Capitol Theater. There's also a production in Ogden. And it is PG-13, so that would be, probably for some of your bigger kids if they wanted to go to it. But I think it's always fun just to have like a seasonal cultural activity as well.
And I appreciate that you're bringing some activities for the older kids because we often cater this time of year to the littles, but Sweeney Todd would be a good one for those older kids. Another kind of older kids suggestion, depending on, I guess, their tolerance, a haunted house. And you put together a great comprehensive list for us of all of the haunted house experiences throughout the state.
Yeah, very helpful for my 16-year-old. He gave me a list of his favorite ones
like,
that
here
he
you go,
goes
Mom,
to.
I'll help you.
Yeah, they're a little bit too intense for me, but
I don't do haunted houses.
Yeah, I don't either.
I did one, I think, in college actually, and that was the extent of my haunted house experience.
I think that was the last time I did it.
Probably trying to impress some guy that I can't even remember. So no more haunted houses for me.
The last time I went, I was dating my husband, and he, trying to impress him.
There you go.
There,
or trying to just get a little close time as we all scream and cuddle together. There was strategy in the college haunted house visit. That's funny.
Always, yeah.
Any favorites jump out to you or your son?
Do you know what he had? I'm gonna have to look because we had so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, Haunted Forest was one of his favorites. Nightmare on 13th, Fear Factory, and Castle of Chaos were his favorite ones.
Awesome, awesome. Well, tell him we appreciate the suggestion.
Yeah.
He's not shying away from it like the scaredy cat moms are. Let's talk down south. For those maybe who live there or did make plans to travel to St. George, you like the hike Snow Canyon around Snow Canyon State Park?
Mm-hmm. So Snow Canyon's so fun because you can spend as little or as much time as you want. And there's literally for all levels. And so you have like a little slot canyon you can go through. There's sand hills. There's even like the lava tubes and stuff for older kids. There's just so much to do, and it's just fun to be outside.
And Red Reef Hike, you like that one too?
Yeah, that's another one that we found this year, and it is beautiful. Depending on what time of year and the water, there's sometimes a creek that goes through it, and it's absolutely beautiful.
And we hear a lot about Gunlock Falls, which is a crowd favorite.
Which is fun. My suggestion is to go early in the morning because it does get really crowded.
Yeah.
But it is beautiful. There's a website that you can go to actually for Gunlock Falls, and it will tell you if the water's running that day or not.
Awesome. So you can know ahead of time and
Yeah.
plan accordingly. Well, Lisa, a good wide-reaching list. Thank you so much. Where can we get more travel tips and ideas from you?
So I have my podcast. It's Choose Your Happy Place, and it is just travel literally all around the world, just ideas for people. And then on Instagram at Choose Your Happy Place.
I love the name, Choose Your Happy Place. And go there, travel there.
Yes.
Or stay home and do the fun, happy things that we've talked about today. Great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.